I once broke my nose writing.
Hey vloggies, it's day 2 of Tiff. You might be wondering, what's that cool gothy look that Brennan's into? Things under the eyes. That's actually the editing program I was using, Premiere Pro. Sort of was messing up yesterday, so it would cut out frames and go black and speed ramp footage for some stupid reason. So I was up till 4. It's 8 now, so I'm running off to the Aaron Sorkin class, trying a new SD card. Hopefully that won't make any more issues for me. You'll see how this Aaron Sorkin thing works out. See you there. Hi, I'm in the Aaron Sorkin class with Laura Bittner. Oh my god, who was on the vlog like years ago.
It's true. It's very true.
And now you're a CFC member.
Yeah.
You're doing the whole screen composing. And also I ran into another vlog regular for the Tiff, Rachel Canton. Hey Rachel.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am great, but tired.
Great but tired, yeah, me too. So Aaron Sorkin is coming up. Are you gonna ask any questions today, Laura?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I think I'm gonna listen a lot and it might come up.
Okay, Rachel, you gonna ask any questions for Mr. Sorkin?
Probably just going to observe the awesomeness of Aaron.
Observe the awesomeness. I have a couple questions. We'll see. I'll see if I'm Johnny on the spot enough to ask, or if I'm too nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Hey, Mr. Sorkin, what type of pens do you write with?
But in another life, would you have been maybe a journalist, a politician, a lawyer, or any of the sort of stories and worlds that you create on screen, ones that you feel like you would be drawn to working in, or not at all?
Well, in a world where we get multiple lives and can start over and over, to be honest, I think I'd do this in every one of them.
Laura, what did you think of Aaron Sorkin's talk?
He's awesome. He's very down to earth and funny and personable and passionate, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed hearing him speak and just his anecdotes, and yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting. Well, he's here for a movie called Molly's Game, starring Jessica Chastain and Idris Elba, which is premiering today.
Yes.
It looks kind of great, and it's the first film that he's ever directed, so he's never directed before. So there was some interesting talk about how he called up every director he's ever worked with and said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't know," which is really interesting coming from a director standpoint. I couldn't get a chance to ask him a question because everybody was Johnny on the spot with the things, but
We only gave 3 questions though.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, he talks a lot. He's a writer. He talks a lot. But everything he said was interesting and inspiring and funny, and you know, who'd have thought? The guy who is the god of dialogue is an entertaining guy to watch.
Yeah, you could expect that. Probably.
Yeah. So gonna try and hopefully get some tickets for that tonight at the Elgin Theater. What are you gonna go see?
I still look at this schedule. It's overwhelming.
Did you see anything yesterday? Any movies?
Yes,
What'd
I saw
you see?
Cardinals. It was good. It's about a woman who gets out of jail and she's confronted by the person that she accidentally killed. The person's son that she accidentally. Very tense. Todor Kubakov, who's a Canadian composer, did the score for it, and it's really good. And yeah, so it was good. It's experimental.
All right. Cardinals, interesting. Yeah.
And Manhunt I saw, which was like a spoof parody Asian like film, and it was just ridiculous.
Thanks a lot for being on the vlog. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Yeah.
And I had a question about, it was touched on a little bit, I think, during the talk, but I was wondering how you were going to fight sort of tokenism in the selection process. Because as we saw on the front, like sometimes filmmakers are told that their films aren't native enough, or they aren't telling native enough stories.
Because this is all about creators. So this is like, the film could be about Japanese skateboarders in Tokyo. Yeah. If it's an Indigenous writer and director, if it's a good story, it's going to be funded.
Hi, so we just got out of the Indigenous, creating an Indigenous screen office panel.
Yes,
And we both happen to be Indigenous peoples.
we are.
And so, what did you think? It was really interesting because it wasn't talking about content, it was talking about creation.
Creators.
Creators, yeah.
Like
So
2 out of 3 creators for the project need to be Indigenous, or 51% of the creative control has to be in the
51%.
hands, and have to be in the hands of Indigenous
Yeah,
people.
so it has to be like writer, director, producer. So 2 of those 3 have to be part of that, and then they can, I guess they will be able to apply through this Indigenous Screen Office to make films. And it's interesting because from what I've seen Indigenous films so far is that there's a lot of, and what they were talking about in the panel is that there's a lot of Indigenous stuff that's being made, but not by Indigenous people.
Yeah.
And so it leads to a lot of misrepresentation and stereotypes and stuff like that. And this is a way to combat that because
Indigenous people telling their own stories.
Indigenous people telling their own stories, not only that, but it doesn't matter the content.
Yeah.
So, like,
It's also cool. Yeah.
which is really great because other film things that you've seen that I think I've seen about for Indigenous filmmakers is it's all about stereotype, and you need a dream catcher, and you need bow and arrow in your movie, or you're not going to get funded, which just leads to more stereotypes and bad representation.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. But what are you going to go see now? Are you going to go to another party? There's always parties with
I'm
this one.
gonna go check out some panel. Well, I don't even know what it is. It's something I was invited to with maybe.
Cool. Everybody else gets invited to cool stuff with me. But I'm going to see if I can go into the...
Call Me By Your Name.
Call me, yeah.
Army
on
Hammer.
another
It's
panel.
the tip talk for the movie.
Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine.
But Army Hammer's there, and he's
so dreamy.
yeah.
Much that happens between these 2 characters that is all subtext and all underneath what you actually see.
All right, so most of the conference stuff is done for today. Just finished the happy hour, and there were some really great conferences. There was one with the editors conference run by Adobe. It was streamed live on Facebook, so you can watch it there. But it was really cool. I got to meet the editors for like Straight Outta Compton and David Fincher's editor. I don't know his last name. His name's Tyler. He was super great. You get to talk to these people after and like pick their brains. So for instance, the whole 99 takes of that scene from The Social Network, not true. Not true at all. Because he was the junior editor on that movie, and he said it was 67 takes of all angles. So not 100 takes of everything. 67 takes of every angle all put together. So just cool stuff like that. Also the editor for Straight Outta Compton was super nice. He's doing a new film called The Brave Ones with Miles Teller.
In the blink of an eye, just fire everywhere. And then charging out of these flames comes this bear on fire. It was the most beautiful and terrible thing I've ever seen.
And a Canadian independent, little tiny independent editor who was talking about her experiences doing everything. That's kind of more my experience where the editor has to do everything, but super fun day. And still gonna try and get into one movie tonight, the new Margot Robbie movie, I, Tanya. It's about Tanya Harding, a figure skating movie. Hopefully get to see that later, if we can rush it. But right now I'm gonna go hang out with my girlfriend for a bit and eat some food because I'm starving. So yeah, see you in a bit, hopefully at I, Tanya.
And then Uber from there, or Subway maybe?
We're recording, Nikki.
Oh, hi.
We're recording. So I ran into my girlfriend Nikki
Hi.
out at Tiff. She works just around the corner. You might have recognized her or remembered her from last year's Tiff vlogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we tried to get into I, Tanya, which is the Tanya Harding movie starring Margot Robbie, but it was the worst rush ever. I guess there was a documentary called 5'2" before it with Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga went and performed.
Oh yeah.
And performed and played way too long, so they wouldn't let, and then the next film started late, so they only let 10 people into the rush because they won't let people into the film when it's late. So,
Oh well.
yeah, I mean, there were definitely spots, but they just wouldn't let us in because they didn't want us to ruin whatever, which is frustrating and annoying and everything. But, and then we went to the Death of Stalin party at the Pravda Lounge, I guess, like Pravda Bar,
Yeah.
which is a Soviet-style bar, which I felt totally excited and happy with because
It was interesting.
I remember my days of living in Russia.
They played the national anthem.
They did play the Soviet national anthem, which was
And you
delightful,
sang.
and I did. I sang it. Anyways, calling it a night now though, because it's late, and Nikki wore uncomfortable shoes.
Woo!
So this is day 2 vlog for Tiff. Tomorrow we're gonna see more movies, and then more stuff, and more awkward conversations with my dad. So see you then.
Bye.
Bye.